Okay, guys. I hope that everybody can hear me. So first of all, I would like everybody to mute their microphones so we don't have that problem. So please check always that your microphone is muted. Okay. So first of all, yeah, as I said, I would like to thank you all for coming on this webinar. And it's a really, really special one, and for many reasons. Actually, yesterday we had Asad coming, landing here in Bangkok. Asad, please join me. So yeah, we have reunion in Bangkok.
Oh yes.
So that's good. And also Andrea was landing. We have Mac here. We have fun here. So yeah, people been running in and out of the condo today. So it's fantastic. And for another reason also, it's an interesting one because I want to do this in a little bit different way. So this is not a webinar to explain the business opportunity. I think that most people on the call right now has got a presentation. And if you haven't got a presentation, please ask for it directly after this webinar so you can get up to date on what it's all about. Having said that, I would like to take a really, really brief moment just to explain how simple this business is. Because many people are complicating the business. They're talking way too much about technology, way too much about what are the products and services, way too much about the compensation plan, way too much about this and that. When it in the end of the day is extremely simple, okay? And especially it's extremely simple why we are different. So actually, when I speak with people about the opportunity, I tend to focus on a few different key points, okay? Because in the end of the day, you can be sure that anybody that you are presenting the business for, they will not understand everything. They will not. It doesn't matter how many times you go through the compensation plan in the first meeting. It doesn't matter how many times you try to, to explain how this works, what technology Sepco has. No, it doesn't. Because the decision, if the person will get interested or not, will be totally different reasons. One of the reasons I think that a person will take the decision is actually depending on number one, you. Okay? Why do I say that it depends on you? Yeah, because it depends on your attitude. Okay? Attitude towards the concept in itself. Attitude towards where you are going. Okay? So many people mix this up with, hey, now I need to understand everything, and I need to know the facts, and I need to have this and that. Michael, here, please mute. Okay, I'm muting. I help you. So, how do you get the right attitude? I'm not here to tell you what the right attitude is. I think we all can agree on that a positive attitude is better than a negative attitude. An attitude towards learning is much more interesting than an attitude that says, hey, I know everything. An attitude towards, that is more about you, we, than me, is probably an attitude that's going to help you. So how do you get that? I believe personally that it has to do with what you say with really meaning it. Okay? So if I, for example, now I'm sitting in a meeting and I have my sponsor, I have my upline that presents the business for my contact with me, I personally believe that it is fair to say that I have to be honest. Okay? Honest about, yeah, maybe I don't know everything right now. I'm here to learn. So how I open the conversation with my friends, with my contacts and so on, will be of the utmost importance. What my attitude is, do I sit in the phone, and do other things when, when my upline is presenting it? Or do I focus on the presentation? Okay? So attitude is everything. And attitude is something that we can learn. And attitude is something that duplicates. Okay? 19 years in network marketing, I see in this how destructive attitude can be, or how constructive and building attitude can be. Okay, so personally, when I open a meeting and I am the upline presenting the business, my job is to get the person to relax. Okay, so because we're talking about in this industry something that they call icebreaker. Okay, so I need to get the person to relax. Okay, so I say a few things, and I hope this can be some key for you. One of the things I say directly is that I introduce myself, obviously, who am I? Because, you know, it's polite. But the politeness is not the only thing. It also has to do with, you know, that I need to be able to tell my story fast. I can't sit and tell my story for 20 minutes and then somebody gonna still be interested about listening to the presentation. No. So I usually say, yeah, you know, I don't know if you know me or not, but I've been in network marketing for a long time. I've been actually 19 years. Having said that, I don't mean that I know everything about it, but I'm learning every day. Yes, I've been involved in other concepts before. Happy, I learned. I don't have regrets for it because you learn something all the time. But I also see in these years things that could be better. Okay? And I'm here to not recruit you. I'm here to give you facts about what we do, why we are different. So if you think that, okay, you know what network marketing is, you know what MLM is, you know what this industry is, I would ask you to really listen. And there is a few reasons for me telling you to really listen, okay? And I will want you to really open your ears now. Because like I said, I'm not here to recruit you. I'm here to give you the facts. Why? Because I seen, since I got going in this company, the result by people listening. Okay? But I also seen the results when they don't listen. And now, be careful. Listen carefully now. The people that hasn't listened, obviously, they can't make a decision. So they end up, you know, dropping to the side. And to be really sad and, you know, and honest with you here, you know, and tell you how the truth this is and what happens is that most of these people came back and they asked me, hey, Staffan, is it really like this? And I said, yeah, I told you so. And they said, oh, I didn't realize. And now this person lost 3-4 months that could have been, you know, something positive and constructive instead of something negative because they didn't get the right information. But I have to warn you that if you listen and if you ask the questions, okay, you ask the questions about something that you think maybe is in a way, but you need to make sure, or you didn't understand. My job is to make them straight, okay? And I have to warn you that, you know, when you understand this, the negative thing with this is you can't stay away. But if you don't understand it, it might happen to you what happened to these people that lost a few months. What will happen now is the person, I see it every single time. They sit down more, okay, relaxes, and then they come closer to the screen. Okay? And this is psychological, so it actually has few reasons in it. And one of the reasons is obviously that, yes, I'm telling the person that it's up to you. You're getting facts. You ask the questions so you can understand what we're doing. Okay? Because if you can understand what we're doing, it will make sense. But also, a very important thing, indirectly, you're telling the person that, yeah, you know, if you don't get this, maybe you should, you know, maybe you're not so smart. Okay. And this is, it's not that we want to fool people. That's not the point. The point is that I have still to see a person, a distributor, a business person, any kind of person that would say that this is a bad thing if they understood it. Okay? Because in the end of the day, it's very simple. We are responsible for, indirectly as a distributor, as an associate, we are responsible and we are affecting cleaning away plastic trash from the market and actually putting value on it. I mean, come on. If you're asking a person, hey, you know, have you heard anything about the plastic pollution? I mean, you have to be blind and, you know, and deaf to not have heard anything the last months. And if you ask that person, hey, great, you know, if you could, you know, be involved in actually doing something positive for that, and it wouldn't be an extra hassle for you, would it be something that you're interested about? I mean, I have yet to hear, or no, I'm not interested. Everybody says, yes, of course. But when we start complicating things, that's where it goes off. So the attitude is the most important. And also you as an associate that do the meetings for somebody, we need to know what is important. Yes, you need to introduce yourself. Okay. Yes, you need to tell your short story. Why are you in this business? That's the most important of the whole presentation. Why? Cloud horizon. Okay? Because the person doesn't want to hear everything about the technology, doesn't want to hear everything about exactly how the compensation plan works, doesn't want to hear everything about, you know, exactly how does the airdrop work, how does the, you know, tokenization work, because they still don't bloody understand it, believe me. They don't. 99% of the people have no idea about how blockchain works, how tokenization works, how pyrolysis works, how compensation plans are best built, you know, to work and so on. They don't. Okay? So that's not why they will or not. It's not. It is all about your story and your attitude towards the story. So be in the moment. Now, the most important part. Because I see people having problems with, you know, closing. Okay? But that's because you don't ask. Okay? You know, I see people doing presentations and, you know, and the best presentations. And then they just say, okay, bye, think about it. What the? You. What is my commitment? Okay? What is my commitment level? Not me as building my team. No, my personal commitment level. Why am I in Cloud Horizon? And what have I done personally to solve it? Okay? So here, I'm always, you know, telling the people, you know, yes, the compensation plan is built, you know, for you to be able, without a package, reach anything. That is for compliance reasons and other reasons that are very important. Step 2 in the rollout, that you will learn more and more in the coming weeks, especially Amsterdam, about why is the compensation plan designed like it is. Because if we would design the compensation plan to fit the packages that you have today and that you buy once, I can tell you the compensation plan will be totally different design. The compensation plan of Cloud Horizon is built to be sustainable. Okay? It's built to be sustainable with where we are going, not where we are. It's very important to understand, because when we are 6 months from now, even 3 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, you will not be recognizing this business anymore. Okay? Because it will go into the next phase that builds on the sustainable rollout with repeatable turnover. Okay? And repeatable turnover, if you imagine somebody buying a 7,500 package, great. That means, what is my commitment? Hey, Gavin, my son is coming here and speaking with Papa. What is my personal commitment level? Okay? And I am explaining this even in the kilos. Okay? Because I'm 44, soon 45. If I'm counting my personal plastic usage in the last 45 years, guys, it ain't going to be enough with, you know, 165. It's just what it is. So that was my reason, you know, then. What am I committing to? Okay? Now, having said that, nobody should commit what comes to, you know, the personal, you know, volume to more than your wallet can afford. You are not allowed to push a person to put more money in the business than that person can afford. Why? Because you will break your business from the day one. People that are tight, have the rent to pay, have food bills, have kids, have school tuition fees, whatever it is. You know, 7,500 if you don't have economy is a lot of money. So for that person, 750 might be more suitable. But that is also something that that person then needs to be honest with, not lie about, because subconscious mind will follow it and won't believe it. Okay? But you need to have personal commitment. Why? And you also need to explain, if you have, okay, I'm on a 750 package, I'm on 1,500 currently, but here is where I'm going. Okay? I'm going to do at minimum 3,500 because I'm looking for the merchant license, and so, and so, and so. Okay? And that's why I'm working hard. And that's why you are sitting here, because I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow him, my sponsor, and I'm learning every day. The reason why I'm focusing on what we're doing is I want to learn everything as fast as possible so I can do the job myself also. Okay? So it's the attitude about it. And I can tell you guys, if you don't ask the questions after, you know, okay, how does this look for you? Do you see yourself, you know, being able to be, you know, do something for the cleanup of the plastic? Do you see yourself, you know, does it sound, you know, logical for you to get paid for doing it even? Most people say, yeah. Okay, so is it anything right now that would make it impossible for you to start right now? No. Okay, so these are the options. How difficult is that? Don't be afraid to ask the questions. It's super important. Why? Because I use a trick in this also that you can use, a key. I tell the person that sits always that, okay, I'm working here with Assad, you know, and Assad is putting all his time into this, you know. He's really serious about the business. So we are looking for people that are serious about the business and want to become successful. We are looking at the top people for him in the future. Do you think it's fair, Mr. Mrs. X, that we then asking also the people directly how much you want to get out of this? So if you are just the hobby, you know, commitment on it, okay, fine. But if you want to be one of the tops with Assad, these are the rules. Okay? Why? Because otherwise it's not fair. It's not fair for the person even, you know, that thinks that, oh, you know, I want to make, you know, this kind of money, but I ain't gonna, you know, put in any kind of money or any kind of time. You're wasting that person's time. And we are never allowed to waste other people's time or money. Do what you want with your own, but don't waste other people's time or other people's money. The people will respect you for being fair, straight, honest about what it takes. So when you are telling the people, maybe even that it requires a little bit more than it actually does, they get a positive vibe about it. They understand the mathematics behind it. If you're doing 3 meetings a day, that's 90 in a month. You're going to push it in 90 days. That's going to be 270 meetings. Okay, mathematically, my upline, that is a professional, you know, in network marketing, been there for X amount of years with success, says that if you're really shitty, 10%. Okay, is it a lot of work to put in 3 meetings a day? Oh, yes, it is. Is it easy? No, it isn't. It's not, but it's very simple. And it has to do with, again, your attitude. If you're asking a person, sir, ma'am, do you have a plan B? Most people do not. They don't. If you then say, okay, what if I had something that could change your life in 90 days? That involves cleaning up shit around the planet and making money on top of it. Would that be something that you could, you know, commit to for 90 days? If you don't have a plan today, 90 days of your life so far, sir, man, how many percentages of promille of your life? If you don't have an answer today, I provide you with one. Is that a fair deal? If you see after 90 days, okay, that it wasn't for you, fine. But I can promise you that the risk for doing it will be that the result comes. Why? Because I know the industry. Okay? Attitude. What is my commitment? Why Cloud Horizon? A few very important key points. You can list them in A. Real economy. Not in the bubble. Not in the inside dream bubble. Not in the ICO bubble. Not in the network marketing bubble. Real outside economy through real turnovers of real products and services that doesn't come from inside the network only. Blockchain. Real value on a blockchain. We are not a cryptocurrency. I say, what do you mean? We are not a cryptocurrency. Yes, on blockchain. Why? Social capital and real value on a blockchain. Yeah, obviously, plus speculation. Okay, how do I know your blockchain works? Do you know Ethereum? No, I don't. Okay, it's the biggest, developed, not the biggest, but biggest developed blockchain in the world. External, decentralized, where the company cannot affect it, manipulate it, or whatsoever. Real economy, transparency, and real value. Where we also on top of that have the highest compliance of any network marketing company that I know personally around the globe. With no limits whatsoever when it comes to earnings. Is that cool? Pretty cool. So, yeah. How much did I speak about the compensation plan? How much did I speak about the products? How much did I speak about the technology, about Sepco? How much did I speak about, anything that has anything to do with specifically, what you usually speak about? CCW, did I mention it? I don't think so. So why do people want to join? Why do they contact for, for joining? Personally, I believe, and that's why I went through it, the attitude towards what we do, with honesty, straightforwardness, and asking for commitment. I even tell people when they ask me, I say, I don't think it's for you. They say, what do you mean? I don't think it's for you. I say, yeah, I want to work directly with you. I say, I don't think you want that. Maybe, depending on your seriousness, maybe you work with him or, her. No, but I want to work with you. I say, I don't think you want. When I put up the rules for working directly, most people tend to, You should ask the same. If you want to be a top leader, if you are considering yourself to be a top leader, why on earth would you focus 80% of your time on people that don't want, are not prepared to do what it takes? And my opinion, does that include a package? Yes, it does. In my opinion, it does. Why Cloud Horizon? That's your own story. That's your own story. What have you discovered? If you're new in the business, then you should tell that. Yeah, this is what I saw in it, These are the reasons. I'm very new, but these are the reasons what I discovered. So when you're doing a presentation for somebody that is new, it is extremely important that you let that person or demand that person to tell their story. Do you agree? We need to learn that. And that is why we don't do the presentations for our friends, our contacts ourselves. Never. It's not good, ladies and gentlemen, because you take away the most powerful tool in that network marketing, or actually don't take away it, But you use it wrong, which is duplication. So today, I'm honored, and I hope that we have Bernd on the line, and also I would like to ask Pascal to come online. I don't know if Pascal is right now with Bernd or if you are in different places. We have Pascal here, unmute. I was pressing, Pascal, for you to be unmuted.
Yes, thank you very much. We are in different places. Bernd is in Germany, I'm in Austria on the way to Romania.
Bernd, yeah, okay, somebody says.
It's Alexander the Great.
Yeah, Alexander, yeah.
Already running.
Yeah, he is. Running and swimming and so on. So do we have Bernd also with us?
Hello.
Hello, Bernd.
I'm here.
That is beautiful. I will actually take away my camera here because it's not about me, it's about Bernd. And Pascal will be translating.
Everybody can pin Bernd's picture, Bernd's video, so then even when I'm doing the translation, everybody still keep looking
you go
on
on
him.
the options and you pin it. That's a good advice. So first of all, Bernd, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for the invite.
So I would like to start first with, congratulate you to the extraordinary success that you've been achieving in these short months.
Yeah, thank you.
So
this is what I told you. If you see us the last time, I will do my very best.
That is the only thing that anybody can ask from anybody. That's the best. And I know that you have. Pascal, could you
Yes.
in German ask Bernd to give a little bit of a story about himself, not about Cloud Horizon, but a story about him. How old is he? Where does he come from? Previous experiences not in sales, in network marketing and so on.
Also Bernd, die Frage ist nach deiner Geschichte, was hast du vorher gemacht? Nicht unbedingt verkaufstechnisch, aber in Network Marketing. Was sind die Dinge, die dich bewegt haben? Warum bist du heute so, wie du bist?
Weil, erste Frage, vielen Dank erstmal. Ganz einfach, weil ich verdammt viel gelernt habe. Ich bin 42 Jahre im Network Marketing. Und da lernst jeden Tag.
Bernd is already since 42 years in network marketing, and he is admitting that every day he is still learning.
Begonnen hat das Ganze irgendwo in den 70er Jahren. Da hat mich ein Freund in das Network Marketing reingebracht. Warum? Weil man da Geld verdienen kann zusätzlich und man könnte sein Gehalt selbst bestimmen.
So it was in the 1970s. If some of you don't know, this is the 1970 from the year number. Like me, I was even not born. Me personally, the translating guy. And in these days, one guy called him a friend who brought him into network marketing and told him that this is a chance to make some money extra on the side and where you can decide by yourself how much you want to earn.
Dann ging es aber los und habe festgestellt, dass die Betreuung gar nicht da war, dass man alles selbst machen muss.
Then it came to the point when he started that he found out that it's all about what he is doing by himself and not about get other people doing the work for you.
Und dann hat es sehr, sehr lange gedauert, bis ich zum ersten Mal erfolgreich geworden bin.
And then it took a longer time till I got the first time successful.
Und den großen Durchbruch hatte ich gehabt 1990, weil ich da einen Mentor hatte, der mir wirklich viel beigebracht hat.
And the biggest the biggest success I had in the 1990s when I got the first time a mentor who was taking care.
Wir hatten damals noch die D-Mark, Euro war noch Geschichte. Wir hatten damals noch die D-Mark und ich habe zum ersten Mal in meinem Leben mehr wie 100.000 D-Mark in einem Monat verdient.
So through the mentorship that he had in the old days, 1990s, when there was still the German mark, it was the first time that we earned more than 100,000 marks. So this equals to 50,000 euro a month.
Das Problem war aber gewesen, dass diese Vertriebe, in denen ich war, nie lange gehalten haben. Aus irgendeinem Grund wurden sie immer irgendwann geschlossen.
So the biggest issue in that days was that it doesn't matter which of the companies you have chosen, that none of them was sustainable.
Und jetzt möchte ich einen Sprung machen zu Cloud Horizon.
And now I want to make the jump over to Cloud Horizon.
Ich bekam kurz vor Weihnachten einen Anruf. Heute sehe ich das als sensationelles und bestes Weihnachtsgeschenk aller Zeiten.
So short before Christmas, I got a call. And by looking on today, this was like one of the biggest Christmas presents ever.
Pascal, mein Translator, hat mich angerufen und wollte mir ein Geschäft vorstellen.
So me personally called Bernd and asked him if he has time to look to an opportunity.
Da ich aber Pascal schon über 4 Jahre kenne und mit ihm zusammengearbeitet habe und sich da ein Vertrauensverhältnis aufgebaut habe,
Because of the trust that I had to Pascal for the last 4 years, so we were already working together, even in different lines.
habe ich ihm am Anfang gar nicht richtig zugehört und habe gesagt, egal was du hast, ich bin dabei.
He was really even not listening carefully. He said, because it doesn't matter what you tell me, I'm in.
Ich wusste noch nichts und dann bin ich eingeladen worden zu dem großen Meeting am 25. Januar in Bangkok.
So even without knowing the details, I got the invitation for the symposium in January in Bangkok.
Ja, das war dieses Global Leadership Training oder Treffen.
Yeah, the symposium in January.
Okay. Und dann
Ja.
und am 28. Januar kam ich zurück nach Hause.
And 28th of January, I went back from Bangkok after the symposium to Germany.
Und dann habe ich mich hingesetzt und habe das als erstes getan, was der Staffan gerade eben gesagt hat. Ich habe meinen 90-Tage-Plan gemacht.
And then the first thing I did when I was back in my home, I did that, what Staffan just told. I made a 90-day plan.
Ich habe dann gepfiffen, habe Leute reingeholt, mit denen ich schon etwas länger zusammenarbeite. Insgesamt waren es nur 7 Leute.
So the thing what I did was that I called those people with who I already know, with those who I have trust with, in total 7 people.
Und habe alleine durch meine Begeisterung, weil das, was ich in Bangkok erlebt habe, das war der absolute Hammer, das habe ich schon lange, lange Zeit nicht mehr erlebt.
And because of the fire that I had in my eyes when I was talking to them.
Und habe den Jungs erzählt, um was es geht.
And I just told these 7 people what it's all about.
Und dann kam dazu, dass wir rausgingen und erzählen den Leuten nur von Plastikmüll muss weg, es ist ein Riesenproblem.
And the main part is that the only thing we are talking about with new people we meet is we have the issue with the plastic waste, and that's the solution that is here to get it away, and that we have to take action.
Und mit dieser Promotion haben wir sehr, sehr viele Freunde gewonnen, weil jedermann hört uns zu.
And the good thing is that with that kind of promoting the business, the good thing is that everybody is listening because we're doing something good.
Und was ich hier erlebt habe, habe ich 40 Jahre im Vertrieb noch nie zuvor erlebt.
And what I experienced in Cloud Horizon, I didn't ever recognize in the last 40 years of business.
Wenn wir vorher eine Info hatten und es waren beispielsweise 20 Leute gemeldet, dann waren 5 im Saal.
So normally it's like that. You're doing an informational presentation and you have the commitment from 20 people to be in the room. But the realistic way in the other businesses in all years before was like commitment of 20 people means that you have finally 5 in the room.
Hier bin ich überrascht worden. Wir haben hier auch Informationen angesetzt. Es waren 22 Leute gemeldet beim ersten Meeting.
So even here, we did the same. We started informational presentations. We got commitment for 22 people joining and attending.
Und 46 waren da.
But 46 were in the room.
Das habe ich vorher noch nie erlebt, dass mehr Leute da sind, die eingeladen wurden.
I never experienced that it's possible to have more people on a presentation that even told before that they were attending.
Und durch unsere Begeisterung ist es auch gelungen und nach wie vor gelingt es uns, nur durch die Begeisterung von diesem Geschäft, was wir haben, neue Leute zu entzünden.
And the biggest thing is that the people are feeling the fire in us. And this is the most important part, how to light them up to join the business.
Und ich möchte jetzt ganz kurz nochmal auf diesen 90-Tage-Plan kommen.
And I just want to go back very short to this 90-day plan that I made.
Der 90-Tage-Plan heißt 90-Tage-Plan, weil man 90 Tage durchhalten muss.
The 90-day plan is named 90-day plan because it's 90 days that you need to do the things you are committing yourself to.
Doch ich habe festgestellt, dass viele Menschen vorher schon aufhören.
But I realized that most of the people, or many people, are not keeping the 90 days. They're just stopping and finishing already before.
Leute, wenn eine Frau in der Schwangerschaft ist, muss sie 9 Monate aushalten. Dann kann sie auch nicht sagen nach 7 Monaten, ich habe keine Lust mehr, ich höre jetzt auf.
If a woman is pregnant, she has no opportunity to say, for example, after 7 months, oh, it's not for me, I don't want anymore, so let's stop the pregnancy.
Ich muss die 90 Tage durchhalten und erst dann, nach 90 Tagen, kann ich Resümee ziehen. Und wenn jemand, das kann ich jetzt beweisen, wenn jemand die 90 Tage durchhält, dann hat er gar keine Chance. Dann muss er erfolgreich werden.
And that's the thing what I can show by results. If you do your 90-day plan, if you follow your commitment, and you keep on doing for 90 days what you were committed to, then there is no other chance then to be successful.
Und das kann ich sagen, ich bin am 28. Februar, ihr könnt es nachrechnen, am 28. Februar habe ich gestartet.
So everybody from you can calculate back on the 28th of January, or Jänner.
So, und heute haben wir den 9. Mai.
And today it's the 9th of May.
Das sind ein paar Tage mehr wie 90 Tage, aber die 90 Tage habe ich voll durchgehalten. Und jetzt kommt das Schöne. Am 93. Tag habe
now comes the brutal thing. So it's a little bit more than 90 days already, but on the day number 93,
mein Ziel war es gewesen, in der Woche 5.000 Euro zu verdienen.
my goal was to make a 5,000 euros in commission per week.
Und in der letzten Woche habe ich das geschlagen mit 6.200.
And in the last week, I just overhit it, and I'm on 6,200 euro commissions last week.
Das funktioniert aber nur, wenn man seinen 90-Tage-Plan von vorne anfängt und komplett durchhält.
But this is only working because doing the 90-day plan, keeping on the commitment, and following it till the end.
Und ich habe noch niemals in den letzten 42 Jahren im Vertrieb ein Geschäft gehabt und ein Geschäft erlebt, wie bei Cloud Horizon.
And in the last 42 years, I never experienced something like I have here with Cloud Horizon.
So schnell, so viel Geld zu verdienen, das gibt es in keinem anderen Network der Welt. Und in 42 Jahren habe ich fast alle Networks kennengelernt.
To make so much money in such a short time, I've never experienced anywhere else. And in the last 42 years, believe me, I've seen a lot of networks.
Was die meisten hier vergessen, zu jeder Provision gibt es 100% Free Promotional Tokens dazu.
What most of the people are forgetting about is that to every euro in commission you earn, you get an FPT as well.
Und diese Free Promotional Tokens, die haben heute einen Wert und die werden in der Zukunft noch mehr Wert haben.
And these FPTs, which I redeemed for the ORTPs, have today a value and they will be for sure in future more valuable.
Und wenn ich das heute kalkuliere und sehe, dass ich bei einer Provision 12% bekomme, plus das gleiche nochmal in Free Promotional Tokens, das hat noch niemals auf der Welt ein Vertrieb gezahlt.
And when I see today that for making a direct sales, you're getting a 12% commission and the same on top, again in FPT, you need to understand that never ever any company before paid out that much.
Und wenn das nicht Motivation genug ist, dann weiß ich nicht mehr, was die Menschen motivieren kann.
And if this is not motivation enough, then the big question is there anything else left that can motivate somebody?
Und das, was ich jetzt vorgemacht habe, das machen bei mir in der Orga schon einige nach.
And what I just were showing up by doing it myself, there are already some people in my organization who are following their 90-day plan.
Wobei ich jetzt wieder sagen muss, die 3 Punkte, die der Staffan aufgeschrieben hat, die Key Points.
But I need to tell you that the 3 key points that Staffan just pointed out on the whiteboard
Treffen zu 100% zu.
are fitting for 100%.
Und nur so funktioniert es und anders geht es gar nicht.
And it's all about these 3 points. If you have them, then it's working. And if you don't have them, it's not.
Und bei dem 90-Tage-Plan heißt es auch, es ist der Sonntag mit eingeschlossen.
And also understand that it's a 90-day plan. which also includes a Sunday.
7 Tage die Woche, Vollgas. Und das 90 Tage durchziehen, dann kommst du gar nicht am Erfolg vorbei.
It's 7 days a week for 90 days, which is a 13 weeks. If you do this and following, there is no other way than to become successful.
Das war bis heute mein Plan.
This was my plan till today.
Und der nächste Schritt wird sein, dass ich in Amsterdam meinen 5-Star mache.
And the next big goal I set up for myself is to hit the 5-star in Amsterdam.
Und ich weiß, dass wir endlich ein Network, ein Multilevel-Marketing gefunden haben, was nicht nach 2 Jahren zu Ende ist. Da haben wir in den nächsten 30, 40, 50 Jahre zu tun.
And I also understood that this company is built to last for decades. So here it's not about the next 2, 3 years. It's about the next 30, 40 years. For the younger ones in the group, it's also for the next 60, 70 and 80 years.
Und ich wünsche allen, zumindest die jetzt heute da im Chat sind,
and I wish to everybody, especially to all those who joined this webinar and are here in the chat,
Gas zu geben und erfolgreich zu werden, denn mit Cloud Horizon ist es wirklich easy.
Put in all your effort, become successful, and always remember, with Cloud Horizon, it's easy if you do it.
Es spielt uns alles in die Karten. Wir haben jede Menge Plastikmüll und wenn wir nichts tun, werden wir irgendwann daran ersticken.
Everything is going exactly in our direction. There is more. There's even too much plastic waste on the world. And if you don't do something, the world will even not be able to breathe anymore because of all the plastic waste.
Und das Zweite ist, dass wir immer mehr sauberen Kraftstoff brauchen, was ja auch gesetzlich mittlerweile festgelegt wurde.
And the other thing is also that for the future, we will need more and more cleaner fuel, like it is done in the regulations by law.
Und das hat Zukunft.
And this is the future.
Ich bedanke mich, dass ich heute hier sprechen durfte und hoffe, dass einige von euch es nachmachen.
I'm really thankful that I was allowed to talk today a little bit about myself, and I'm really looking forward that all of you are doing and following it the same way.
Pascal,
Vielen Dank.
I have
Yes, sir.
a question. And first of all, I am thankful for Bernd sharing his experience about the industry, his experience about the 90 days, because he says exactly, and I know exactly what he speaks about, and it's the fastest, most sustainable way of ever becoming successful in network marketing. And if you don't do it correctly, you have to do it many times. If you do it correctly, you do it once. If you want to be even more powerful, you do it again and again and again, and help people in your team do the same. And I am giving a big bloody applause for Bernd, because it's spot on, fantastic, professionally. I don't know what to say more. Blessed to have you on board, Bernd. I have one follow-up question, because I see people having problems with closing, you know, people to get them on a purchase. What is your advice? What do you do?
Was ist dein Ratschlag? Wie machst du, dass du es schaffst, dass die Leute zu einem Abschluss kommen, dass du einen Abschluss machst?
Okay. Das Schlimmste und Dümmste, was man tun kann nach einer Präsentation,
The worst and the most stupid that you can do after a presentation,
wenn man seinen Gast fragt, was hältst du von dieser Geschichte?
if you ask your prospect, what do you think about it?
Wenn das nichts wäre, hätte ich ihn doch nicht eingeladen.
If this would be not something super good, I would have not invited him.
Also bin ich doch davon überzeugt. Und dann frage ich dir nicht, was hältst du davon, sondern ich frage, möchtest du, oder andersrum, welches Paket möchtest du haben?
So the thing is that I'm not asking about how do you like it or how do you feel about it. The thing is that by showing up the way how much I believe in it, the only question that I put is, which of the package is suitable for you?
Dann kommt das meiste von dem Menschen, der sagt, oh, stopp, ich muss zuerst überlegen.
And then it's from the most people coming, oh, I need to think about it.
Und dann frage ich ihn, oder sage ihm, dass du überlegen musst, habe ich vollstes Verständnis. Du musst aber bestimmt nicht überlegen, ob du helfen möchtest, den Plastikmüll zu beseitigen.
The thing is that I'm telling the people that you need to think about it. I totally understand. But what I'm sure that you don't need to think about is, do you want to become part in cleaning the world from the plastic problem?
Du musst bestimmt überlegen, wie hoch dein Paket sein soll.
I'm sure that you just need to think about which of the packages you choose.
Und da habe ich einen Vorschlag.
And they have a proposal.
Du fängst an mit dem kleinsten Paket und überlegst dir dann in aller Ruhe, ob du nicht ein größeres Paket haben möchtest, denn je größer die Pakete sind, desto mehr können wir helfen, dass der Plastikmüll verschwindet.
So you take a starter for right now, and then you can take your time to think about which of the other ones you want to add as well, because the bigger your package is, the more plastic waste we get rid on this planet.
Und ich habe noch niemals auf einer Präsentation auf dem Coin bzw. Free Promotional Tokens drauf rumgeritten. Dass das dazu kommt, ist natürlich der Hammer.
And there was never writing on the token or on the free promotional tokens in a presentation. I never took too much time for this to explain.
Das Einzige, was ich von dem Gast dann brauche, ist ein Username und eine E-Mail.
The only thing what I need from the guest on a presentation is his username and his email.
Und dann wird er registriert.
And then he got registered.
Vielleicht noch ein Tipp beim Ansprechen.
Maybe I'm allowed to give also one small tip how I do it when I start to talk to people.
Wenn ich jemanden anspreche draußen und ihn frage, du, ist Plastikmüll für dich ein Thema? Möchtest du helfen, die Welt zu retten? Möchtest du helfen, den Plastikmüll zu beseitigen?
I'm asking the people, hey, you want to get part in making the world a better place to get rid of the plastic pollution?
Und stell dir vor, damit kann man sogar noch Geld verdienen.
And there's also a way how to make money on that.
Und dann kommt, oh ja, ist interessant. Hast du Informationen für mich?
And then it's always coming the same question, same answer from the people. Yes, of course it's interesting, and can I get some information?
Und dann sage ich ihm, selbstverständlich, gib mir deine E-Mail-Adresse, ich schicke dir etwas zu.
And then, yes, of course, I'm asking them for the email address and sending them some facts.
Weil für mich ist nur eines wichtig, ich brauche die E-Mail-Adresse von den Menschen.
The thing that is most important to me is to get the email address of the person.
Wie er sich dann entscheidet, ob er sich anschließen will bei Cloud Horizon oder nicht, das wird man dann sehen.
Because the thing is that for him, it doesn't matter if he's going to join or not, but the most important is that I at least have the contact data.
Schließt er sich nicht an, kommt seine E-Mail-Adresse bei mir auf eine Liste, die mittlerweile schon sehr, sehr lange ist.
So if he says still that he not want to join, it's not an issue, but I take his email address on a list that I'm doing.
Vereinfacht, alle Nein-Sager schreibe ich mir auf eine Liste mit ihrer E-Mail-Adresse.
Everybody who says no comes on a list with their email address.
Und diese Liste wird im Januar 2020 so groß sein,
and this list will be in January 2020 so big.
Und allen Leuten können wir dann beweisen, dass das erste Konzept funktioniert hat.
And all these people we can show up that these with the proof of concept that it worked.
Was glaubt ihr, was dann passiert?
What do you think then will all these people do?
Die stehen im Januar, die Schlange, dass sie überhaupt reinkommen dürfen.
In January they are waiting and asking for please let me join.
Und zum Closen selbst hört auf zu fragen. Stellt fest oder andersrum, ihr müsst denn klar machen, Leute, ihr wart heute hier, weil ihr mithelfen könnt, die Welt zu retten. Und jetzt mit 165 € ist die Welt in Ordnung.
And the most important thing is that you need to make clear for the people that the reason why they are here is to make the world better, and that's on the right point to start the action.
Das war aber nicht alles. Jetzt kommt der wichtigste Schritt. Alle diese Leute, mindestens oder spätestens 8 Tage danach, müssen auf einen Workshop kommen.
The most important thing is that everybody you take into the business need to go and visit one of the workshops latest 8 days after they joined.
Und da bekommen die Leute mehr Hintergrundwissen und bekommen dadurch ein super gutes Gefühl in der Bauchgegend.
And this is the way how I take care that the people get educated, get more knowledge and get a better feeling.
Weil wir müssen den Leuten ein gutes Bauchgefühl geben.
Because we need to give these people a good feeling.
Wisst ihr warum?
You know why?
Weil der Bauch näher am Portemonnaie sitzt wie der Kopf.
Because the stomach is more close to your wallet than the head.
Und wenn die Leute, und das ist das, was ich permanent feststelle, wenn die Leute dann ein gutes Gefühl haben, dann suchen sie sich die großen Pakete aus.
And what I always experience is when the people have the feeling and get a little bit more of knowledge, then they are ready even to upgrade with bigger packages.
Und die brauchst du nicht zu verkaufen, das wollen die Leute von alleine.
And then you don't need to do sales, people are taking them by themselves.
Und das erlebe ich auf jedem Workshop, den ich mache.
And this is the thing what I'm realizing and having on every of the workshops.
Das ist zum Thema Closing.
I have one
That's
more
for the
question
tema closing.
for you. One more question for you, Bernd. And thank you again for sharing, because I am really happy to have you sharing and confirming everything that I learned in 19 years. Everything that I've seen working, everything that I have seen not working, and so on. And I'm very privileged and blessed to have you in Cloud Horizons together with us. My last question is, with your extreme experience in the industry, where do you see Cloud Horizon, with everything that you've seen, where do you see this opportunity being in 3 years from now?
Also die Abschlussfrage, die ich an dich habe, Bernd, und vielen herzlichen Dank. Es ist ein absolutes Privileg und ich bin dankbar, dass du bei uns bist und mit uns bist. Aber wo siehst du Cloud Horizon mit deiner Erfahrung aus deinem Leben und im Network Marketing? Wo siehst du Cloud Horizon in 3 Jahren von heute an?
Nachdem ich mich auch lange mit dem Pascal unterhalten habe, nachdem ich mich sehr, sehr lange auch mit dem Jay unterhalten habe, weil das waren die Leute, die ich halt getroffen habe, bin ich der Meinung, dass wir das im Moment alle nicht glauben können. Cloud Horizon beziehungsweise Cloud Horizon Sepco, das wird so groß werden, was wir heute noch gar nicht erahnen können.
So, after having long talkings with Pascal and also Jay, who I was blessed to meet, and having also long talkings with him, the thing is that Cloud Horizon will become so big, even bigger than everybody can imagine.
Ich bin überzeugt davon, dass wir so ein großes Rad drehen, was Geschichte schreiben wird.
So I'm sure that we are spinning on a wheel that will definitely write history.
Und wir können sagen, wir waren dabei.
And we can say we were part of it.
Dankeschön, Pascal.
What is his personal goal to achieve within the next 3 years?
Was ist dein persönliches Ziel, Bernd, was du erreichen willst in den nächsten 3 Jahren?
Es wird schwer werden, aber nicht schwer heißt nicht unmöglich.
So it will become difficult, but difficult doesn't mean impossible.
Mein Weihnachtsgeschenk 2019, 7 Star.
So my personal Christmas present to myself this year, 2019, is a 7 Star. Und für die nächsten Jahre?
Wenn der Staffan einen guten Tag hat, macht er vielleicht 8, 9 oder 10 Star und dann werden wir da weitermachen.
If Staffan has a good day, let's create the 8, 9 and 10 Star and do that as well.
Thank you so much, Bernd. I am extremely blessed and proud to have you with us.
Staffan, I told you 3 days ago, for this company, I have only 4 words. I love this company.
Me too. Me too. And I love you, man. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we end this call of tonight. I hope you enjoyed this as much as me, because this makes me excited. It makes me so excited that you don't know, because this is why I even, wanted to create this. It is fantastic to see people being in the industry for decades. Come on, guys, decades. And getting this excited about it and finally getting something that they deserve. So that's the last from me, and thank you for your time from Bangkok. I hope you enjoyed this as much as me.